So I'm very excited to have a great guest with me today. She is the founder and executive director of the Plant-Based Foods Association. Michelle Simon, thanks for being with me. We see consumer preferences shifting, changing. Are they starting to question their meat for other reasons, like these labeling laws, which really aren't consumer forward, or slaughterhouses having workers that are sick and really not taking the necessary safety precautions? It's like the list is starting to get long. COVID-19, meat-borne pandemics come from eating meat, et cetera. I could go on, but I'm wondering if you're starting to see not just consumer preferences for health, but this general consumer shift away from the global benefits of meat.
People, like you said, a lot of people are motivated by their health. Perhaps some people are, eyes are sort of opening up to the grim realities of industrial meat production, and of course the awful way that workers are treated in these slaughterhouses. And so, I feel pretty good about our members really providing that alternative. And I can tell you, the conversations that I hear from some of our members who are very mindful of the fact that there's a lot of pressure being put on them right now, like we were talking about earlier. This idea of companies keeping up with demand and making sure that they are providing retailers with, keeping their shelf stocked. But our members aren't going to do that while they put their workers at risk, right? So if it's a choice between making sure, shelves are stocked at Walmart or making sure their workers are safe, they're going to choose in favor of their workers, which is obviously a very different story than we're hearing from the meat companies right now in their slaughterhouses and what's going on, where they're not even, providing proper equipment, not doing the proper testing, not alerting their workers to what's going on. I mean, it's, parade of horribles. And so I just feel really proud right now to be working for an industry that doesn't just care about, giving people the meat alternatives, but actually cares holistically about how they do business, about their workers, about paying them a living wage, about, engaging in sustainable practices across the board.
I love that you say this. And as you say, there's no data yet, but I too seem to be in a lot of conversations. This is anecdotally at dinner parties, because we are starting to get out now and be a little bit more social, or even on my Zoom calls, where people who are not necessarily plant-based or vegan, they're flexitarians, they kind of come in and out of it. They're a little veggie forward, but nothing major. And they're commenting on how this industry is really starting to turn them off, and they're reconsidering their purchases for their health, but also for these other global issues.